It's been 6 months since I graduated from art school and started pursuing my career as a full-time artist. Hi, my name's Emily, and this is what has happened in the last 6 months of my life. In January, I found an art studio space to rent, which is obviously such a great first step, and it also just gave me a creative space that I could go to and just be in a creative flow. In February, I got a job at the Investec Cape Town Art Fair. It was just a really great opportunity to network, talk with other artists and galleries. February was also the time where I did some small commissions, which was just really good to start getting my name out there. Commissions aren't always my favorite thing to do, but it's definitely a good way to push myself creatively. All this time I was also experimenting with my own practice and trying to find new ways to push myself creatively. In March was my actual graduation ceremony. It is definitely one of those once-in-a-lifetime experiences that I'm so grateful to have had. During this time I also completed a new series of works called The Anatomy of Fragility. I applied to be exhibited at the Kaya Cafe during their new cycle launch. I was very excited when my work got accepted and I was able to exhibit it during the opening night, and it was up there for 3 months. Amazing to see it up in a public space. This was the time when I also started to keep experimenting, pushing my work further with textiles and fabric manipulation, which led to me creating one of my pieces with this type of experimentation and manipulation. It really took a lot out of me, and I actually had some back problems after finishing this piece, which just reminded me as an artist it's important to know when to take a break and when you need to take time to recuperate and look after your mental health. I'm happy to say that my suffering was not in vain and my back is fine, and in May that piece actually sold to my grandfather in the UK, who is an art enthusiast of his own, which was incredibly special, which also led to my first international shipment, which was another big milestone for me, but also incredibly scary. But I'm happy to say that that piece arrived safely. This month I also kept experimenting and pushing my series The Anatomy of Fragility, trying to find new ways that I could push and evolve these pieces to something more than what they were. Before I knew it, it was June and I was 6 months into the year, and it's crazy to see how much has actually happened looking back at it now. In June I decided to enter the Sassels art competition and was notified that I had made it to the second round, which I'm waiting to hear about in August. I also entered another piece of artwork in another art competition that has been accepted. I hope to hear about next week actually. This was also the time where I started experimenting a little bit more with different mediums, seeing the work that I've already created and seeing in what new direction I can take it. Definitely tried to keep a level head during these first 6 months and trying to remind myself that everything is going to happen in its own timing. For me, I feel like I've done and achieved a lot in such a small amount of time. And again, this is only the beginning and I'm really excited to see what comes next.